Yo, so I'm back with another video for you, and this week I'm going to be talking about the worst things about competitive bodybuilding that nobody speaks about. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below and the bell button because I have a heap of gym related content. Also, I have content ranging from my career in the Royal Marines, all the way to competing, all the way to food challenges and everything in between. So hit that subscribe and let's get straight into it. So after this next show in 4 months time, obviously I'm nowhere near conditioned for the show, don't worry about that. Got it! But after this next show, I will have been competing for 4 years straight. Of course, with all the plus sides of having a little bit more muscle, there is obviously negatives. So, number 3, I've actually heard nobody speaking about. Stay around for that. But to start off with, we're going to go for number 1, which is, of course, the food. Now, it goes without saying, dieting isn't easy, but that's not what I'm getting at for this number 1 point. The number 1 point I'm actually getting at is, yes, of course, you're going to have cravings, but that's not necessarily the bad thing. You've got, let's say, a function, a birthday, a wedding, or anything like that where food is a key priority of that. Do you know what I mean? It is inevitable that during that time you're on prep, when you're being strict when you're counting your calories, that you will have to miss and sacrifice some of them times. And sacrificing memories is kind of a hard pill to swallow. But if you're sacrificing, let's say, a birthday meal out and you're going to be competing and that's going to lead you somewhere else and bring you a greater memory, then it ends up being what you've got to weigh up. So that is number 1, missing out on their memories.
Oh no, it's good. It's good.
Number 2, being uncomfortable. Okay, I don't mean in the sense of because you're hungry. I mean in the sense of once you get down the latter stages of actual prep, you become so lean and so vascular and you have such a small layer of fat. Obviously on places like this on your arm, your layer of fat just naturally is fairly small. And then on your bum, let's say, on the gluteus maximus, it's actually quite thick. Maybe around the lower back, maybe on the stomach, it's a bit thicker. The legs, the top of the legs. And what happens is when them parts start to get thin, almost like this, you have less cushion. And it's weird to say it, but you genuinely get uncomfortable. So say, sitting in a seat, perhaps at the start, if you're sitting in like a plastic bar chair or a bar stool, let's say a wooden one, that would immediately be painful. But as you get leaner and leaner, even sitting in, let's say, a sofa like this, or laying in bed starts to become uncomfortable. And laying in bed when you're on your back, let's say, and you can't get comfortable, what's that going to do? It's then going to impede on your sleep because you can't get comfy, you can't sleep, you're waking up in the night sometimes. And it just creates a bit of a snowball effect. So that number 2 is definitely a big one, being uncomfortable. Bear in mind, it's not going to be like that the entire prep. It's only when you're going to be getting super lean. Perhaps the last sort of 3 weeks, 2 weeks, that sort of area. Start getting below sort of 5%, that's when you start getting very uncomfortable.
Oh my God!
Number 3. The absolute worst one, the worst one out of all 3 of them, the one that nobody even talks about. I've genuinely never even heard someone being like, oh yeah, this is the worst thing about competing. And it is for me. And the other 2 aren't even that bad. I can deal with the cravings and missing out on some birthdays and stuff and sacrificing there and then being uncomfortable for a few weeks. But 2 days before the show, or let's say the night before you would go and do athletes check-in and get your tan, you have to shave. People know that you have to shave, but it's not as easy as just getting an electric razor and just whipping it over your body willy-nilly. No, mate, you actually have to spend a lot of time dedicating and make sure every single hair is off. Why do you have to do that? Because 1, you're actually not allowed. 2, when you actually get a spray tan and you have your layers of tan, it's going to stick to them hairs. The tan look basically horrendous and make you stick out. What that's going to do is then make all of them dieting, all them nights no sleep, all of them birthdays and stuff that you've missed pointless because you haven't just managed to hit that final little thing and shave and make sure all them hairs are off.
Please! No!
And I'm talking, even if you've got the blonde hairs, you have to get them off. And it has to be a wet shave all the way down to the skin. Last show that I done, the shaving probably took me 2.5 to 3 hours in total from start to finish, from head to toe. Obviously not my hair, my head and my eyebrows and stuff, but for everything else, getting into mad positions which you need to do yoga for to ensure these hairs are gone right. That took so long. Wasn't probably as bad as the first ever show that I've done because I was so depleted that time that oh, by the way, you need a second person. You can't just do it by yourself. How are you going to be shaving and looking at your back and make sure all them little baby hairs and blonde hairs off your back are gone? You're going to have a second set of eyes. So thank you to Mr. Buster Jr. for being there and doing that. But yeah, the first show was horrendous. I was standing in the shower for exactly the same amount of time, probably 2.5, 3 hours, and just going like almost subconscious and unconscious, standing there.
Oh no, it's good.
But again, people are probably sitting there thinking, why don't you just use Veet? Veet will be so easy. Yes, then you think I'm not a spanner and I've tried using Veet.
I said to myself, no, I'm a dumb motherfucker.
It's not the same. It doesn't work for everybody, for one. And also it kind of like came off in patches for me. And I actually have very dark hair. So I don't know if that makes a difference for the Veet, or very thick hair maybe. But yeah, it just wasn't very effective. So there we have it, the 3 worst things about competing, in my opinion. Number 3, obviously, being the one that I don't think anybody's spoken about before, and it is genuinely my most hated one. And obviously, there's going to be profs with doing bodybuilding. Like, competing is a wicked day. Being shredded as you possibly can and seeing how far you can push your body and having muscle is obviously a massive benefit. But I hope you enjoyed that video. Please comment down below if you've ever got super shredded, even if you haven't competed, but you got on that diet and you felt any one of them bad effects. Until next time, let's make some gains. Boom.